Hello and welcome back to Pyro 5610. I know it's been a while. I had to take a month off, mostly because it was hunting season. I've honestly only shot 2 bullets since I've seen you last, and both of them hit deer. So after the deer, I had to process the deer, and then the holidays came, so between work and this, so it's kind of hard to get out. But today, this is January 7th, I believe. January 5th. I'm trying to rush through January already. It is 45 degrees out here, and it is beautiful. Beautiful weather, which kind of sucks because I would love to show you guys a 0-degree temperature weather shoot, which I'm gonna do if the weather ever cooperates with me. I'm gonna show you, I have been working on things. Don't think that I just took the month off and haven't been doing stuff. I have been making ballistic gel. This is just, I don't remember the brand of it, but it is basically just gelatin that I found a recipe online how to make it, and it's not very thick because we're testing today the penetration of 22s at long range. So I have both my 22s out here, the newer M&P 1522 and then the old Sears and Roebuck. One thing I didn't factor in, I made this back in Thanksgiving, basically, that gelatin is a food, and food does mold. This has been sitting in my fridge since Thanksgiving. It says to let it sit for 36 hours. I let it sit for about 36 days. But, I mean, it's still pretty good to have out there. I might actually swap out for this one. But out here at the range, we did some tidying up today. The winter weather took its effect on the range and knocked everything we had down. So we have both of our targets back up. We painted them again, so they're looking a little bit nicer. I painted these black. I know it's only 45 degrees out, but I don't really care because it's just to protect the wood a little bit. We spiked them down too. Everything's spiked down. And I have this old headboard out here. As you can see, we've used it in the past for stuff like this. But here is our target today, for right now anyway, until it gives out. It's I think two batches of gelatin in that. So I have my GoPro out here. I'm hoping it doesn't get shot, which it's pretty far away, so I'm pretty sure we won't hit it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start kind of small. We're gonna move up to the target. We're not gonna be the whole way back there. So we're gonna start kind of close, shoot both rifles, and then we're gonna move back, and then we're gonna move up over the hill to about 75, 80 yards and see what the penetration is. If I can do it, we're gonna go a little bit farther back. I don't know if I'll have the GoPro out because I don't trust myself with this wind, but we're gonna see what it'll do. And today we are just using, oh, it fell on the ground, I stepped on it, 22 Thunderbolts. We're gonna be using these, and then we're gonna be using these CCI standard velocity target rounds. And we're gonna see what they do to that ballistics gel out there and what the penetration is like. We're gonna start out, I brought the thicker block because I don't think this is gonna stop it. Like I said, I'm gonna shoot this one first. We have the CCIs in first, and then the Remington is the second shot. I'm gonna shoot just one because I don't have a lot of faith in that block. It's probably about 1.25 inches thick. I think so, yeah. Okay, so first shot, let's see if I can find it. Right there. You can kind of see it. You might be able to see it better from that angle. But it went right through. Shot right through it. So I'm going to use this block. It's a little bit thicker. It's much more moldy. But I'm going to try and put it like this so we can actually get like a test as to how far it shoots. This will be the Remington. We'll see how that does. Oh, you are? Okay. So, I can't tell if it made it the whole way through this one. You can kind of see the lines right there. But, I'm going to say it probably went the whole way through. We are pretty close. We're about 15 yards. Oh, there's an exit wound right there. Yeah, so you can definitely see that broke right through. Ew. It's like goopy in that. Ew, it like didn't set. Okay, so I'm gonna just for testing purposes, I'm gonna shoot through this with the AR-15 and we'll see how it does. Alright. We'll see how this... if that one held up to the shot or not. Now with the Remington. That one definitely went right through it. It had to have. Alright, so what we found out is all 4 shots went right through it. So we backed up about twice the distance, so we're about 30 or 40 yards from the block, and we're going to see if that will go through it. All 4 of the other ones did. Don't worry, I promise they did. So I turned it sideways. This gun does load usually pretty easily, but the last couple loads usually tend to make it go wonky. But so the it went right through, shot right through that thing. So I turned it sideways again. It's a little hard to see because it's up against a black background or a tan background and they're yellow. So the picture isn't the greatest, but I'm gonna see if I can hit it long ways and see if it'll go through that way. Look at that. It's not this line here, but it's this line here. Shot it up top. You can actually kind of see it better right here. It looks like it went right up and out. So it would have passed right through there and kept on going. So this isn't working out like I thought it was going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack all 3 of these together. They're not like super squished together. They're not super tight. There's a little spacing between them. But it's going to give me a better sight picture, and that way I can hit them with the AR for sure. But don't worry, I've got more plans for this. This was kind of just a testing phase. These were actually just supposed to be testers, but I didn't have time to get more and build more stuff. Alright, so I don't remember if I said it in the last video that we just recorded, but those were both Remingtons. I just loaded 2 more into here. We're going to shoot at those and see if we can get like a good idea of how deep these are penetrating with the AR. I'm assuming because this has like a 16-inch barrel, that one, I don't know the length on it, but it is like 2 inches longer, so that one should work better. This one, I don't think it's going to stop going through all 3 of those, but we're going to see. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I know on that second shot, I think it was a little bit off from hitting all 3 of them. But on the second shot, I definitely heard board, and I can hear pretty well with these on. So we'll go see what it did. Yep. Okay. So I just looked at this one. One of them didn't hit. One of my oh no, they both did hit. There's the first one. You can actually see that one really well. That's where it bloomed. And then it was sitting like this. So that next was this higher one right here. And then if you line it up with this one, third pass went right through to that. And then I think the second one was right here, went right through that. There's a nice line right there. I don't know how well you guys can see. And then the third line we'll hold it up to the light. You can see the line right there. So, shot through all three, hit the board all 3 times. But like I said, oh, that's been running for 10 minutes now. Whoops!
Turn it the other way.
Okay. So, we're going to back up to the top of the hill where we were shooting the Copenhagen cans on one of the last episodes. And like I said, these are just prototypes. I didn't honestly think it would make it through those, but those 22s are traveling a lot faster than I thought they were going to. So we're gonna move them. I'm gonna build like a box, and I'll show you guys all the process of it, because it's gonna be a big ordeal, because I'm gonna get a big pot. I bought 2 more pounds of it at home, and I still have a little bit of the first one left, and it's like 8 ounces to a gallon, I think it is, makes this one. I think that's an 8 ounce to a gallon. And then these 2 are 16 ounces to 2 gallons. Something like that. I'll look up the recipe when I get home, show you where I found it. But we're gonna walk on, or drive up to the top of that hill and see if we can get some good hits. Okay, so we backed up, as you can see, quite a ways away from that distance. I will look it up when I get home. Google Earth has this really nice feature where I can map out exactly how far I am. I used to have an app on my phone, but I deleted it a long time ago that used to teach you ranges. And it would be really nice if I had a rangefinder, but I don't. So I'm going to get a rangefinder. That way I can give you better distances as to how far I am away from targets. But I'd say we're about 70. Down there was 30. So 70 to 80, I would say. I can't really see those once again, but I know where they're at. So we're gonna see if I can hit one from here. And like Dad was saying on the other recording, they make a pretty distinctive sound when they hit. And I'm gonna see if I can just smash right through one. Does it sound like it hit though?
I don't know. It hit something, but I don't think it...
That sounded like it hit. Alright, so we didn't hit it on the first 2 tries. I'm gonna see where this sucker's aiming. It's shooting low. Yep. That sounded like a hit.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that was a hit.
But I can hear board too, so...
So, off camera, I put these staples in here so I knew where I hit. That's the first one. It went right in there. And then I can see it tracking through this one. And then that would be right up top here. And it passed right through. So, I'd say it's safe to say that the 22 is actually rather lethal, if you hit in the right spots, of course, to a pretty decent range. We're at a, and this is just skin, of course, which I was gonna go. I did dump a deer back here, a dead, like a carcass, and it should be pretty picked clean. So what I was gonna try and do is make like a leg cast and see if it would go, like stuff would go through bone and what it would do to that. I'm gonna try and get pretty intricate with this ballistic gel. So that's if you had, I would say about 7 inches of fat which most people do not. Because once you go through here, this is all hollow. I have not much fat up top. I'm not saying I'm skinny by any means, but that would, I mean, 7 inches wouldn't pass right through me, but it would be pretty close because there's not 7 inches of fat here. So, test concluded, I would say 22 does some pretty decent damage out at this range. Even if you hit if you were just shooting prairie dogs, squirrels, any small rodent, you would pass right through them because none of those have 7 inches of fat on them. So I'm gonna shoot with the AR just to conclude the test, but I'd say up to that distance until I get a scope on that rifle, yeah, 22s are pretty badass. Another little side note I'd like to add, those were a lot clearer after 36 hours. Throughout time, obviously the mold set in, some frostbite from the fridge set in, but you have to keep them at a cold temp or they'll just melt. They're basically jello. So I'm gonna make some more and I'll get them out before a month, and that way we'll be able to see the tracking a lot better through them. If you guys have any recipes for your own ballistic gel, let me know. I'll try them on here. I have no problem. That's just a really cheap, I think it was like $24 for 2 pounds, and it was $11 for 1 pound, or 12, 13, I don't remember. It was not very expensive for 1 pound, and I made all 3 of those with that 1 pound, and I still have some left. So, like I said, AR, we're gonna see how it does against the ballistic gel. I'm gonna fire a test shot just to make sure it's hitting where I want it to hit, and then we'll see how it does up against the ballistic gel. I really think it's just gonna pass right through just like the other one did though. That one hit.
You knocked the one over.
Yeah. Oh, I did hit it. Okay, so, oh, there you are. Here's the shot from the AR. This one's from the long rifle, 22. So, if it was sitting there, you can see the pass through right there, and then it would have went straight into here where it looks like it actually started to tumble because that's really ripping. And I think it's actually embedded right in there. Yep. So, pretty conclusive test. If I can find a longer range, which I'm hoping I will at some point, or if we can expand this somehow safely, we'll have a longer range for longer testing. We'll have bigger blocks for bigger guns, and we're gonna actually be able to finally see what the self-defense rounds do. All the different ones that we have, that we featured on the channel before. Pumpkins are good, but they only show an entrance and an exit, which is kind of good because the thickness of those is about your chest, and then it's hollow. Like I said, there's nothing in here except for a little bit of fat. So, I would say pretty conclusively that out to 100 yards at least, or 80, wherever we're at, I'll show you later on the video, that a 22 will pass through 7 inches of fat. Thanks for watching today's episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll put the notification icon down here, the subscribe button down here. Thanks for watching. I've been Pyro. Have a wonderful day.